how should someone, because obviously the constraint for a lot of these kind of decisions is capital, right? How should
Mhm.
someone think about making a choice between launching a new product and expanding internationally?
Well, I think you've got two choices. You can launch a new product into a market that's new for that product, or you can launch a new market with an existing product you already know works, you've already built up a review base for. I would always prefer to take one product global than build a collection out, unless there's a huge trend for the brands that you've got and you need to get on the next thing before you miss the boat. I think going global is easier, particularly US to UK and EU. Sometimes the other way around as well, but particularly US to UK and EU is so much easier. You take an existing review base, an existing supplier, an existing product quality, an existing brand and packaging, and you bring it into the UK and EU. I should note that the brand and packaging has nuances with compliance, but you're bringing that into the UK and EU. It's tried and tested, and it works, and you've just got the ability to open that up. It's not like you have to set up a warehouse in the UK and EU. You've got to hire staff. Amazon is where Amazon is king. It takes the logistics out of that decision making process, and I think if you can have those in one marketplace or global marketplaces, for as long as you're willing to bide your time during that 3-month period of admin and bureaucracy, it's a bit of a no-brainer. It's almost low-hanging fruit on the other side of that administrative setup.
Okay, so I think especially we're talking about US brands here, it's a lot less risk to expand internationally than it is to create a new SKU or product.
Yes, and I will caveat and say that's probably not the case the other way around. You take a UK or EU brand, it's the opposite dynamic. Yeah, it's not to say that it's impossible to do. We've done it several times over with brands we worked with, but it's much harder. You've got to have much deeper pockets. And again, you've got to make sure you've got that niche within a niche, because in the US, the trade protection that almost comes with that regulation in the UK and EU somewhat keeps Chinese suppliers out of the market from them just going direct to consumer. Not completely, but it takes the bulk of them out of the market because they need to get VAT registered, they need to comply with product regulation to a much larger extent than the US. So the obvious thing is to do the US on that side of the aisle. So going into a market where you do have that slight trade protection into that mass frenzy of the US is a lot harder to compete. So in that instance, maybe launching a new product is a safer bet, but might not be the most lucrative.